Hey, what's up guys? How we doing? Let's talk about The Shape of Water. So this film is a fantasy drama directed by Guillermo del Toro. It takes place in 1962 and is about a mute woman named Eliza Esposito who becomes infatuated by this creature that starts inhabiting where she works. That's all I really want to give away about the story because I think a lot of this film really benefits not knowing as much as you can. Now, I'm a fan of Guillermo del Toro's films. To be fair though, I haven't seen a lot of them. Really, one of the main ones I've actually seen is Pan's Labyrinth, which I loved and really need to watch again someday. In fact, it's been so long that I might say this might be my new favorite film of his. One big reason is Sally Hawkins, who is just phenomenal in this film. I've started to see more of her films lately. I saw Paddington and Paddington 2, and I really want to check out more from her filmography because she is just incredible. She definitely deserves her nomination for this year's Oscars. Oh, and this film is definitely nominated for quite a few, as I'm sure a lot of you are aware by now. It is nominated for at least 13 different awards. It has a really fascinating story in its plot, dealing with Eliza and how she goes to becoming this person who just really is longing for someone in her life, and she discovers this amphibian man. That's his actual title in the film. He's like a humanoid fish man who kind of resembles that of the creature from the Black Lagoon. Hawkins does such a wonderful job with her body language, portraying this woman who only knows sign language. And she does such a great job really playing off and giving all these different expressions. What's also nice is for those of us who don't understand sign language, they even have little moments here where they insert subtitles for very specific things, which does lead to some very fun moments and a lot of good comedic effect at times. So she's an orphan and she lives right above this theater, has a neighbor named Giles, played by Richard Jenkins, who is very good in this film. Very fun, interesting character that every time he was on screen, I just wanted to know a little bit more about him, and they definitely find moments here and there to kind of give you an idea of what he's like and what his interests are. They have a great chemistry on screen, and it was really nice to see their relationship transition throughout the movie. I also really liked her co-worker Zelda, played by Octavia Spencer. She was very fun and provided the majority of the comic relief. She had so many fun little reactions and little quips and things that she just wanted to say about her day-to-day life that she wasn't happy about with her husband, which was really funny. Then there's of course Colonel Richard Strickland, played by Michael Shannon, who is this very flawed, more complex antagonist of the film. His character is one of those that you just kind of love to hate because there's so many ways in which he really will get you upset with the way he thinks and some of the actions he takes. I actually like that they showed more about him. They showed his day-to-day life, even with his family, and how he acts towards his wife and his kids. And that's something that I'm not used to seeing in a lot of films, so I enjoy that they at least explored that element of his character. One thing I absolutely loved and I wanted more of every single second we could was seeing the amphibian man, played by Doug Jones, because of that visual atmosphere that we get is just so cool. It's like this very practical effect, a person that's actually inside, but there is some CGI elements there too, but they covered up so well you can barely tell that it's not all practical. I really enjoyed the overall look and aesthetic of this film. There isn't really a whole lot I can compare it to. If anything, I really saw a little bit of like BioShock, the video game, but also some of the classic elements of cinema and older music that we see and all the references there. Those are really fun, and you didn't need to necessarily know exactly where they were coming from or even know about them at all. It still added a certain element that made it fresh and wasn't like, oh man, I wish I knew what that was. While there are a few points that are a little hard to watch, it's not that bad, and I would say you really gotta just go into this movie knowing as little as you can and just really giving it a fair shot with an open mind. While it blends all these genres together, it really works. We have elements of fantasy, comedy, horror, drama, and romance. I really like how all the characters get a good amount of development and screen time. We get to see them out of their element where they're not always interacting with the main characters in the film, maybe off on their own. And I really like how this film explored a lot of different perspectives. There are a lot of social issues that take place in this film, which works out well. There's some parts of the past, but they also mix in things with the present and how some have definitely not changed too much, which is unfortunate. There's a lot of surprises and Easter eggs here, and it's definitely worth watching again. I absolutely love this film, and I'm hoping a lot of you will go out and see it as we get close to the Oscar season. The Shape of Water mesmerizes viewers in an unconventional, infatuating love story with adult fairy tale themes and ambitious perspective, making monsters more meaningful. And that's why this film is a diligent pick. So guys, what did you think of The Shape of Water? Is it your new favorite Guillermo del Toro film? I want to know what your favorite is, and if it's not this one, because there's a lot I haven't seen and I can surely use your recommendations. Do you think it deserves all the recognition it's getting for the Oscars this year? And what is your favorite Best Picture nominee? My name is Dylan, and if you love entertainment, subscribe to my channel while this video ends and send me a thumbs up before you go. Thanks for watching, and stay diligent.